Oh man, right when I was gonna say hello, I started laughing because I just. Do you ever do something and you're so aware of doing it that you mess up doing it because it's like you're like hyper aware of doing it? I don't. You understand what I'm trying to say? I feel like you probably. I feel like you partially at least understand that, right? It's like you know, I think that makes sense. Anyway, welcome back. I have been gone. I went out and got milk. This is actually milk. It's hot chocolate, but it's with milk. Yeah, I had to get milk. But I'm back. Yeah. That guy right there. Could someone get this guy out? His hair flying around now? I'm watching you, Crow. This is your fault already. Messing up my coming back to the streaming speech. Anyway, I mean, I'm not coming back to stream or anything. I never left. But I was gone for like a week and a half or something. Apologies. I am back. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone is staying warm. It's been very cold. There was ice everywhere outside today. The ground was crunchy. It's a very unique experience for a Floridian. You know, I've experienced that but one time previously, but that's about it. Only like 2 times in my lifetime have I walked outside to see icicles and stuff, ice on the ground. Crazy thing. But yeah, I hope everyone's staying warm. I am, as you can probably see. But yeah, I hope you've been well. We will hopefully be getting back into streaming now. I was taking care of some things off stream. Nothing for stream, just family matters. But yeah, I think we're back. So, thanks for bearing with me. Today we will be working on is part 31 of creating my first horror game. So today, a couple things to talk about. I did update to Godot 4.6. It officially released while I was gone. So Godot 4.6, that's what we're on now. What else? And also, as you may see or have seen already, the focus of today's stream will be story and level design. After some more thorough thought, I came to the conclusion. This was Rakesh was talking to me about giving me some trying to pitch some ideas, and one of them I like. Surprising, I know. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to make the compound. It's not really going to be like a walled-in compound anymore. It's just going to be a building. There will only be one building. This building will be bigger because it will be the conglomeration of all the other buildings. So all of the buildings will be one big building. So the garage will be in the building, storage, power building, research. All of that is now going to be in one big building, I'm thinking. So today, we're going to try and develop a little bit of the story as to maybe what happens with that, and also of course, the level design. Because in order to make some progress with this, I'm going to need to have some kind of idea of what the structure is going to look like so I can figure it out. So, oh, damn.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, indeed. Rakesh has enjoyed working at the Foundry for 53 months. I'm glad you've enjoyed working at the Foundry for 53 months. Welcome back, Rakesh. Rakesh, it's pretty cold here, bro. I love acting like an NPC, dude. It's so much fun. Anyway. Let me catch up. Got this once on an airsoft field where we trained in Austrian military. Don't cut the red wire or he will spray paint us all. What the heck? Guess we cut the red wire, fully realizing when I cut. What did, excuse me? And there are two things you need to look into: the first Resident Evil movie and Abiotic Factor Half-Life 1. I have seen Abiotic Factor, but yeah, that's probably a little bit more along the lines of what I'm going for. Is probably a little bit more Half-Life-ish, stuff like that, like you're saying, yeah. Where we actually have like it's like bigger buildings, it's actually like based on compounds and stuff, so yeah. Also, I realized the upper text was for you. Question if you did something in your life fully realizing what you did and must laugh about it. Oh, I mean, I've never done anything, I think, to that degree to Jaga, but, I mean, I've done some things where I'm like, okay, well, that was kind of lucky, that it turned out that way. I'd prefer not to live my life that way if possible. What are you drinking? It does look probably a little pinkish in the camera, but it's like it's hot chocolate. All milk, no water. Hold the water. I'm growing. I'm a grown boy. Okay, I'm a grown. Mama always said, "Drink your milk." She wants me to have strong bones. Okay. Hi, Josh. Welcome back. Imagine how intense the AAA game level designs are. Oh yeah. Yeah, some of that stuff. Water, I mean, you'd be surprised, I feel like, to Jago. A lot of people do. If you make chocolate milk with some water, any water, you're a sad person. Well, I'll let my dad know you said that. I'll let him know you said that. I just play it, I don't want to make them. Yeah, that's fair, Josh. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, making a game is so different from actually being able to just play it. I can understand. Chalky milk, not chalky water. We're talking about hot chocolate. We're not talking about chocolate milk, though. Chocolate milk and hot chocolate are two different things, Rakish. You know that, right? Does this guy know that? Nah? Okay. Yeah, tips, that's it. Okay, guys, does anyone want to weigh in on this? Does anyone want to weigh in on this? Looking down, and you saw the instead of milk in the drink. Oh, important. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Like, if I have to drink it with water, I will. Like, if I really want some hot chocolate and I don't have milk, then I'll drink it with water. That's fine. I much prefer it with milk, obviously. I think it's just better that way. Half and half, I'm okay with. Not half and half the cream, but half and half as in half water, half milk. Like, it's not a bad ratio still. Yeah. Because you still get the richness and it's still thicker. Like, I like it. Don't clip that. What does machine code do for a massive game? What runs it? It allows it to be ran. What do you mean, Josh? Also, it's funny, since the last milk I bought in bulk was 5 cents cheaper per liter than mineral water. That's surprising. I had a friend that would drink creamer, straight creamer, and he would add sugar to it. Now that's a meal, man. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I read big games, compile C++ the machine code. I mean, everything. Well, machine code's what your machine interprets to actually run the instructions on, like your CPU, for example, right? So everything that is a higher level language, because we don't want to write machine code. So yeah, basically everything else compiles to machine code, right? That's how everything essentially works. Unless it's like an interpreted language, and then, the interpreter's responsible for calling upon pre-compiled, instructions basically to execute said interpreted code. I didn't explain that the best way, but yeah. So to an experience, I'm more of a web dev type person. Yeah, I mean, it's like everything's basically machine code. I mean, everything is at the end, at that level. It has to be, right? Like that's how it is. We write in languages like JavaScript. Maybe you're talking about like for web dev, for example, and then those things are taken and compiled to something that the computer actually understands. So G code and CNC is basically machine code. It's probably why they have massive teams to make games. Yeah. Not so much to change the code into lower level stuff, but more so delegating tasks. Because while, for example, I worked on level design or something, you could be working on implementing the actual save system or something like that, right? So yeah, that's the benefit of having big teams. I mean, you have to have big teams if you want to make big projects, unless you are, it's kind of like parallelizing tasks. I mean, imagine if you had two people folding laundry instead of one. It's going to go by faster. And so it's kind of the same idea with making games. But then the other thing too, though, is that some laundry is better folded a certain way, right? Like shirts wouldn't want to be, maybe hung up or something. Like, collared shirts, you got to make sure the collars are okay and all that kind of stuff before you hang them up. You can imagine that as the same thing, if you do like web dev and stuff, maybe people are really good at like Bootstrap, or Bootstrap is what I learned in school. Don't judge me. But there are, React, what is it? It's React, Angular, like two of the big things, but stuff like that, right? Like the same thing has to be for games. People have to be good at certain things within it. You've been doing Bootstrap soon for school? Nice. There you go. Yeah, I did Bootstrap when I was messing with how to take a class on web dev. Yeah, I mean, like the Jag was saying, yeah, it's any kind of thing doing completing some kind of, I mean, because making a game's a monumental task, depending on the size of the game, of course. That said, most of the big games, most games, it's still a big task to create a game. I'd say no matter its size, but yeah, making bigger games, you're getting into territory where it's just not as feasible for solo developers. So that's why people do it. That's why people make teams and stuff like that. So. All right, well, I don't really remember too much about where I was. The last thing I actually did for my project here was you can actually, you should be able to see this, right? Cannot see this. Okay. But there's a drop down here under project. There's a tools section, and if you hover over tools section, it says upgrade project files. Upgrading project files, if you run that, it will literally go through like all your resources, scene files, and everything like that, and re-import them. So any changes that will be made upon re-import, like let's say, actually, why am I running 4.6 beta 1? What? Hold on. Why did it say I was running it with beta 1? I'm actually going to delete the old versions here for that. Yeah, I don't know why it said that. Oh, actually, I also need to hold on. Are we good now? So this is 4.6 stable. Oh yeah, I actually don't even know what happened there. That's very strange. I don't know how I did that. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Anytime I update versions of Godot, I have to redo the capturing on whatever you call it. So that's fine. So probably have it like called something else, but that's fine. There we go. Weather station. Gotta fix stuff now, so. Oh god, I gotta do it for everything. It's horrible. Like, let's see. If I just select the scene, oh no, that does actually show up. Okay, excellent. I don't have to change it. Yeah, oh no, everything's actually fine. Okay, never mind. Anyway, let's bear with me. It's been I know I'm kind of getting into things slowly here, but it's been a while. It has been a while for me, so I've barely done anything on the stuff here. Oh yeah, actually, in fact, I this is really cool. You remember the what did we use that for? Oh, Advent of Code, right? We were doing Advent of Code. So, remember the program that I wrote to automatically switch between windows and stuff? I adapted that for any window. Like I can just define windows in JSON and like the scene name and all the other stuff from OBS, and it works. So let me actually start that real quick. Um, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it just works. I love it. It's so good. So like for example, I tab back to OBS and you should see that it hid Alacrity for me, right? Oh, maybe it didn't actually hide it yet. Not sure why that was. Hide it now. No? No, let's hide this. So it's setting that to true. Oh, it doesn't. Why does it not think it's monitoring Alacrity? Hold on, I gotta update the file real quick. Explorer. But I just realized. Did you mention you live in Florida? Yeah. How'd you get icicles? It got down to the lower 20s. Yesterday. And it's gonna get down below freezing again tonight. That's why I was mentioning, because there's like a winter storm. Fahrenheit, yes, yeah. Yeah, it was like around 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Yep. Oh, because I'm not monitoring for Alacrity. No, it actually was doing me a solid here. Program was working as intended. Go figure. Yeah, this should be good though. Yeah, so I messed up in my. Oh. Crashed. I forgot to add a flag here. Whoops. Go. Okay. What's the problem? All right, let's just do star dot star. We'll set this to true. Else is using whatever. Expected property name to be enclosed and double and. Oh, because it's good. I think because I put a. Okay, hold on. So is it highlighted now? Yeah, I think it did, right? Yep, it did. So now we go back here. And now you can see it actually hit it. There we go. So no more, hopefully, of me not showing you guys the correct thing. Also, if I run the game, this is the other cool thing. Oh, God. I don't remember what caused this to happen, but... Hold on, let me... I had to fix my monitor now because it messed this up. We got around here 0 Fahrenheit if I calculate that correct in my head. Man. Yeah, that's cold. That is cold. All right, let's see if I run this again. Is it gonna mess up? It is. It's doing exclusive full screen capture when I don't want it to here. Try and fix that. What's just a casual winter? Here. If you're asking about here, I'd say like upper 30s typically. Like like some of the coldest nights, it almost hits freezing. Never below. I think last time, also for me, 0 Fahrenheit, normal winter. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it gets below freezing sometimes here for like one night, a little bit, but that's it. Like barely freezing or below, but not typically, more than that. Sakib, hello. Can Godot make third-person shooter game for Android similar to COD with 2K textures? I don't really know. I wouldn't say I know enough to answer that question with a for the Android 2K question. It can make a 3D shooter for sure. 2K textures, I mean, yeah. You might have to do some kind of like texture streaming at that point. I'm not really sure. Texture streaming is not implemented innately in Godot yet, so you would have to roll your own solution for that for the time being. For Android though, you're gonna like target Android with 2K textures. That would be a lot. Especially like targeting a phone platform, like a mobile platform for 2K textures. I know you can export for Android, yeah. But 2K, I don't know about that one. I mean, you could do it. It's just I don't know how much the phones themselves would be able to handle it. On a day, maybe 2-3C, and a night down at -15. The sun is very important. The sun is very important, isn't it? Yeah. Let me check why it's happening. Cool, so you can see that still. Why is that off to the side of my screen? I don't remember what center is. Hold on. Control D. Probably don't want it all the way over like that though. I mean, I can use 2K to 1K textures and even less for some other stuff depending on objects and tons of optimization. You've like already tested it, you're saying? With like another engine or something? Well, that's why I was thinking to Jago, yeah. Yeah, you get because on a mobile on something as small as a mobile device, the screen, you're not going to be able to take advantage of like seeing that level of detail for 2K textures anyway, right? I should just search it probably. Display window. Yeah, I want window. I mean, it says windowed, so. Interesting. Now I wonder why. Oh, you know what? I bet it's because it switched to. I bet it's because it switched to DirectX. I bet that's what it is actually. Render. Render. I don't know what it's called. Just be rendering device. Yeah. No, it's Vulkan. And not DirectX. Wait, why is this though? DirectX I thought would be the default. Starting with Godot 4.6, new projects are configured by default to use DirectX 3D on Windows. Switch them manually to DirectX. Okay. Let's go ahead and save, restart. Unity would be better or Godot. I've tested on Unreal, but I don't really like Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is definitely like a batteries included engine. It can do a lot of great things for sure, and it's really good for 3D. But yeah, I can understand. I mean, the problem with those, at least that from my perspective, is that if you have too many features, then it feels like it just feels like too much. But then when you do need them and you don't have them, that's a completely different problem, right? Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to figure some out real quick too. So what is going on here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why. That's fine, I guess. But Unity or Godot, I mean, a lot of it comes down to preference. But from my perspective, I like a lot more things about Godot from a developer's perspective than I do Unity. I've used Unity a little bit, so I'm not as qualified, I'd say, to like give an opinion on which one I think you should go with. But I mean, I'm using Godot right now, so it's, you know, I'm more biased towards it anyway. But I like that there's no, you don't have to pay anything if you release a game. Of course, that may not even matter to a lot of people. There's the whole trope of like, how much does the financial model matter if you don't actually release games? But yeah, you know, there's been a lot of controversy over Unity's recent decisions on like their financial model and stuff of having to pay certain things and whatever else if you make a game with their engine. With Godot, you just have to say that you made it with Godot. There's a splash screen like I think in the license it says like you have to have like I think you have to include a license or something in the project maybe, and then you also have to have the splash screen displayed. That's about it. But I also really like, I don't know, there's something very intuitive I feel like with how, like, my brain works the way I see Godot work. That's how like my brain works. And it took a little getting used to like the node-based approach, but once I got more familiar with it, I was like, yeah, this is like how I think about things. This is really nice. So I can understand also like it for that and its simplicity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I would say like make something super small. This is like my approach, or what I think would probably yield a really nice result for you is to make something really small with both engines, Unity and Godot, and then see where it takes you from there. Which one did you enjoy more? Which one felt, more intuitive? Because that matters a lot. Even though if you do have, I guess, not as great of an experience with an engine, you still want to pay attention to the financial aspect of it and, whether or not you could get support and if that's important to you. So both engines have pros and cons, but I think Godot needs a bit more cooking. Yeah, it's come a really long way, and 4.6 has a lot of really cool changes. A lot of really nice changes. Probably stick with Unity? Yeah, that's fair. Modifying a third-person shooter rather than doing game dev? Yeah, that's fair. That's how I see it. Like, it feels like a game's already made. I'm just like putting pieces down. Godot, it really feels like I'm creating the game. It's a window thing, right? And that's just this though. Could you make one video on how to manage game file structure in Godot? Game file structure. So what exactly would you want? Like what exactly are you looking for to be explained? Like can write it down. Should automatically focus Obsidian too, right? Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. Programming. Isn't it so nice? Programming actually, it's nice when it actually works. Actually, I'll have to write it down somewhere else here. Write it down over here. Hold on. How could it do this to me? I have just as many tabs open in Notepad++ as I do my browser, and it's not good. Video on how to manage game file structure in Godot. I'll write it down. I would like to make some Godot videos, so thank you for the ideas to keep. I will I'll have to figure it out. Probably stick with Unity since for school now I plan on pursuing game dev career. Yeah, but the Unity asset store is amazing for people who don't want to make a serious project. Yeah, that's the other thing too is the asset stores are very developed for Unreal and Unity. For Godot, there are like community efforts and stuff trying to I think land on something official. I think there might actually be something official now, which is really nice. But that is one place where Godot is lacking more. Setting display mode. Like the way your game files are, they're looking really good, but I was working on the project. I just kept dropping textures in a window without making any files. See. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so for assets and stuff, it's a little strange, I guess, because wherever the asset file is, it's going to create a .import file right next to it that describes like the settings used to import that file. So that'd probably be something pretty good to talk about, yeah. Yeah, like for example, I could show you. I have an assets folder for textures in here, for example, And you can see that I just have PNGs over here, but they are like if I actually opened this directory, I would see .import files for the ones that I've used. Well, actually, it might show up, I think, even for ones that you haven't used. Yeah, because Godot's gonna like try and import them anyway. It's a little strange, but that's how it works. It'll just import stuff even if you're not like actually using it, which I don't know how I feel about that. Because Godot will actually include unused assets in your export unless you like trim them. Is another thing. So like that's something. If you have a lot of assets and stuff, like if you're talking about making like something with big textures, that would be a big consideration. You'd have to like make sure that you don't have stuff included that you're not going to use. This should work here. Did they didn't change, I'm assuming, the window mode enum, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure why. Um, let's see. If we go down to our actual config, we have borderless full screen. Oh. Oh yeah, that's fine. Borderless full screen is how is what I've called it. But I created the map somewhere, right? Set up linked maps, yeah. Hey, Lucian, how have you been, man? Appreciate the lurk. I hope you've been well. It's good to see you. Happy New Year. I think Nicholas, thank you so much for the 27 months. Or 83 months in total. 27 months. Welcome back. Still going. Holy. There's not that many G's. There's no way there are that many G's. But welcome back, Nicholas. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 83 months. This is a long time. Thank you, Nicholas. How are you doing? I was just nice. I love it. Just G and you get $1 million debt. Hi, Harvey. It's going well. How are you? It's good to see you. One thing to remember though, to Jago, is that if Josh is being taught in a class, that's for everyone. So it may take him too much time to teach everyone how to do it. I mean, if you like present it and everyone's supposed to be following along, but if everyone's new, at that point it might be much harder to do, right? Intro for class for web dev stuff. Yeah, so like, I mean, if that's the case, I can understand the teacher just saying let's use an asset instead of making one yourself, depending on what it is. But so instead you search for 45 for a free asset that looks nice, maybe not working at all. I think your argument is valid. Makes reason like a time, yeah. But yeah, Sakib, I'll definitely have to I'll have to take a look and see if I can make something happen with that. Don't I good here, Harvey? TM5 is not a G. I know. Apparently not. You're lucky you didn't say that. He probably would have given you more debt. So Nicholas, you're working on your list, right? That you've fallen behind on. Like this should be fine. I don't know what the problem is here. I mean, can't we just I mean, wait. If we're windowed? Yeah, Windows 7. Honestly, I don't see why we could just do set display mode, I think, and then do .call deferred here, and then say get display mode enum. I think we could just do that. Wait, what branch am I on right now? So this is the other thing. I'm gonna start using branches for I'm on main. That's fine. When are you going to? I am right now. Hey, checkmate, right? I mean, technically I am right now. 65 stream straight. Thank you. Thank you, Nicholas. We're at hot chocolates. Back to water. Four-year degree for modeling alone. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, there's. I mean, that's exactly like we were talking about earlier, Josh. I mean, yeah, yeah. There's everyone. It's crazy, man. The world is about specializing in tasks. Like each person is interested in their own specific thing, and then we all work together. At least hopefully. But yeah, that's. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Oh, okay. See, we could do this right here. Yeah, we only have we're always going to be setting the, yeah, yeah, cool. Yep. So we can actually just remove this now, because I was doing this like manually before for no reason, but yeah, we can actually just remove the setting display mode too, because that was a bit redundant. Because we're literally doing it right here. Hey, Sorcerer, welcome back. How are you doing? You are coder of many talents? Maybe. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Staying warm? We are back to game dev, so I want to I'll finish Advent of Code at some point, but I was gone for basically a week and a half, and I wanted to come back with some game dev. So the rest on your own, yeah, that's fair. That is fair. So I think this is all we need to do here. I don't know why. Set. We have a set vsync mode too, so. Oh, see, now this one actually, I don't have a save flag for it though. Oh, the house is kind of drafty? Oh, God. Yeah. I think I will actually just add this here, and then we'll say if oh, California, I gotcha. I'll be in the 50s outside. Oh, okay. Only the 50s. Okay, gotcha. I'm in Florida, and it's it was in the low 20s last night, well, this morning. So if save, then we'll do that. Oh, SoCal. I said it's 80. Man, that's crazy. I'm sure it's always strange to me. Especially like when family may visit or something and they come down from north to south. Like it's got to be really weird driving and then feeling the temperature get warmer. Like that's got to be just a very strange thing. Or like if you fly, because like I've been to New York before, and that was very strange. Damn, dude, that sounds cold for Florida. It is, yeah. It does not normally get that cold, but we've had some pretty crazy winters recently. That's why I'm actually like wearing a jacket in my room. It's huge, yeah, yeah. You drive long enough, I'm sure you can feel the difference there. Um, like 9 hours away, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's like family that's visited us has like driven kind of around that amount of time and from the north. Short flight though, yeah. Um and you know it's a weird thing for them to be like it's cold and then wow, it's kind of temperate here, you know. So this is gonna break my set vsync everywhere, but that's fine. So we want to do get vsync mode, and then we want to say false because we're setting it, and then we could probably call defer this too. No reason to. I'm not gonna call defer it, I guess, because I don't think there's a reason to. And then I think this is gonna automatically be done inside here now. No. Okay, well, let's move it into here. Yeah. Gonna work, drive up 20 kilometers away, -2C with missed and half meter snow. Short train ride? Yeah, I wish we had more like actual train infrastructure and stuff to ride around. So now we could just say, whoops. I don't know what happened there. Mode is equal to, there we go. My formatter actually working? Oh, I also changed to use this, you should see this, right? Oh, whoa, what has happened to the window? Don't know what happened there. Anyway, the GD Quest GD script formatter. I did switch to using that too. So, James, hello, thank you. I appreciate that. How are you doing? Lurking, eating dinner sounds good. What you gonna eat? Burger and fries? Nice. I love a good burger and fries. Okay, so set vsync mode. Are you just running a standard Godot ID? Yes. Yeah. Not doing anything anything special. Okay. That was the only thing I need to change. This should be good now. Okay. But yeah, I'd like to use NeoVim and stuff, but and I could. But it's mostly about not wanting to mess with NeoVim on Windows. That's the main thing. So also the other problem was ooh, you know what? That'd be solved. So I originally, or one of the biggest things or reasons as to why I didn't use it, use script ID though. Yeah, there's a script ID. Do have a plugin that I use called script ID. Yep. What a difference! A nice looking window manager. Chrome makes it. Oh yeah, I gotcha. Um, so there was a reason why I wasn't going to use it as well, and that was the main reason. I remember it not having an easy solution. I've seen a lot of Godot that didn't look so clean on screen. They have a new. They have like a new. Sorry, I'm not able to think of what I'm trying to say. A new theme. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't think of theme. They have a new theme that came out. I think in 4.6. It's official now. Yeah, exactly. So, I am using the new theme, but I'm also using which changed a lot of the look of stuff, or the look of a lot of stuff. But I have my own theme applied on top, so just kind of tweaked to my how I like it. It's kind of like the colors for this stuff is kind of like the Tokyo Night theme. Like at least that's kind of what I wanted it to be like, from Neovim. But yeah, Godot seems to be the go-to game making toy on Twitch. So I've seen a bunch surfing for code on screen. Yeah, yep, yeah. I really like it. It's been a pleasure to work with thus far. I think the main reason I wasn't going to use it was just because I was always going to have to tab out and back in for any kind of changes I want to make. Yeah, I mean, really, that's kind of the biggest problem for me. Because yeah. Because like anytime I want to modify code, like I'm already here, and then if I want to select something on the tree, like I'm already here too, right? If I have an external editor, then I'd have to go, click back on something. So I don't know. I mean, I have the Vim plugin, so also the minimal flat design on the window borders. Yeah, yeah. The window borders I changed a little bit, I think, from what they were. Is that the theme? There's definitely some changes here. Let me make sure you can see this. I don't know why this broke all of a sudden, but that's okay. We're gonna fix this. There we go. Devil May Cry 5 literally forces Windows HDR on. What? Is that your OS? I don't know. No, it shouldn't be like a window manager or anything. So, but yeah, like there's border size, which is gonna matter. Corner radius and base spacing. That's gonna change a lot of this stuff. Yeah. I would change all this to show you what it normally looks like, but there's no easy way to revert the changes, unfortunately. I would have to because I think this is all stored within the same file. I can't remember. I want to be able to export like this stuff and then import it, but I'm sure we'll get that eventually. Yeah, that's about it. These are like the changes I made for here, and then I made all these changes for colors. Actually, gotta leave it alone. Yeah, custom theme file. Yeah, like, oh well, there's that. Yeah, yeah. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Well, I was gonna show you so you could see, but like, I also have this custom display scale turned up because of stream, because otherwise it's because of my screen's resolution, or size rather, it's hard for people to read. So I actually have everything kind of blown up, for the sake of stream. I have ligatures on, but that's not important. But yeah, that's about it. So this is like the biggest thing. But your rest setup looked good too. So I guess you just take the time, dial your tools. I mean, I like it to be pleasant to look at. I try not to spend too much time configuring the tool instead of using the tool, because at that point, it's kind of bad, right? But yeah. I figured once the actual in my eyes, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I mean that's another big reason is stream and yeah, and also because of the actual change, was forced essentially, or like they were already changing the theme. I figured I'd go ahead and take the time and say, okay, let me go ahead and do that. John iPad Mini, gotcha. Yeah, and the increased font size really helps read on stream. Yeah, yeah, of course. Hello, old. Hey, no worries, man. I'm getting up there now too. I'm gonna try this. I don't think this is gonna work. Well, that didn't do what it was supposed to do. That's for sure. Look how small it is. Um, I thought we had a. I thought we could actually go to the thing here. Why is it not going to tell me where it is? I mean, well, it's set display mode, but oh, oh, I didn't. Oh, of course. Here, we may have to actually bind. Oh no, we don't have to. Um, false. Yeah. 30s. I'm 27. 27. I usually remember a bit faster than that, but uh, yeah, 27. All right. I need to take a quick break for ads to run. Twitch side to keep your rolls after everyone, so I'll take a short 3-minute break so you guys don't miss anything. And they're already running apparently. And we'll be back. Quick 3-minute break. All right. Took me a second. Give me a second longer there. Thanks for waiting. All right. 30s was the best. Know how to take care of business. Still limber enough to party. Can't afford it too. If I ever try to stream a code from your notes. Yeah, I mean, if you ever have any questions, I'd be more than happy to help you, Sorcerer. So I'm an open book. I'm more than happy to share with you what I know. Only for healthy. Yeah, you never know. All right. So we should be good now. Let me rerun the game here. There we go. I think we're good now. Yeah. At least that seems to be working fine now. Yeah, I don't really know why we were getting that one error. That works. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, anyway, let's make these changes here. Diff final loans. All right. Well. Get commit. Let's say. Refactor. Switch to using is it direct X12? Is that how you? I don't. Do you have to put a space? They put a space normally, right? Yeah, DirectX 12 as the default render as per Godot 4.6 recommendations. Or we'll say fix, yeah. Clean. Now I'll do refactor. Clean up. Setting video settings on start. Be good then. All right. That actually would want to be that, but we actually would want to wait there as well. This, I don't think we'd want to wait. Yeah. And this we want to unfocus. Yeah. Okay. I need to at some point go through all those. Do you use Nano Banana for your game? Oh no, you're talking about the AI model? No. Generally, would I consider using AI generated art and stuff like that for placeholders until I have actual art? Yes. But I don't plan on using any AI generated stuff in my game. won't worry about all these errors for now. Okay, let's go back to collapse. So we should be pretty good. Let me actually double check. So these are just shader stuff. Foliage is untracked. I think we can just yeah, because that's just there. Shaders. Yeah. Accurate normal maps and roughness maps. Nice. Yeah, some of the stuff's pretty crazy. And its capabilities, that's for sure. Get add resources. Let's just go ahead and add, I think, all the shaders for now. We'll add them and I don't want the .git file though. But I will add all the shaders, I think, for now, because we were testing them. So, well, where are we though? Actually, it wasn't yet, because this PDA. PDA screen itself. Thought I was testing maybe. Yeah, so I got rid of the shaders. Hi Tay, how's it going? It's good to see you. Now I know always. Now it says you canceled. Yeah, it's crazy. I can always, I'm always gonna know now. But hi Tay, how you doing? It's good to see you. What you up to? So I know where to move. Wait, you're gonna move? How cold did it get for you? Got in the low 20s. I'm thinking Florida or Texas. Wait a minute. I'll play games with you soon. -10's insane. -10's insane. Yeah, that's cold, man. I can't do that. At least like without the right clothing and stuff. Good lord. Yeah, it's only like let me see what it is outside at the moment. Wearing shorts? Yeah, it's 36 outside at the moment. Oh, you're wearing shorts and you stepped outside. There's no bad weather, only bad clothing. That's funny, DeJaco. I like that. Yeah. I mean, in a way, it makes sense. I feel like that makes sense for cold weather. I feel like for hot weather, or like if the weather's like it's raining or something, I feel like that's a bit more debatable. But back in auto store, I wait 10 minutes to get your car up. Yeah, good lord. Oh yeah, that's gonna be freezing when you get in your car. That's always bad when you see things iced over. I don't know. Did I send it? I thought I sent it to you, right? I didn't send it to you? What the? Tay, look at what I just sent you. Yeah, that was my backyard. That was my backyard. Ice on the ground and the weak sauce. That's insane. Also, for someone who grew up in a very cold country as a kid, -10 feels more like summer. I'll actually go swimming if the weather's right. Hey, I wouldn't mind experiencing some cold water for a little bit. All right, so yeah, let's well actually focus on the task at hand here. I've gotten most of the stuff done that I wanted to catch up. I think we're in pretty good. I'm gonna. Can I like? We'll add them, I guess. Add shaders to test with. Add shaders. For testing. I'll just say add shaders for testing because I mean really that's all we're doing. So for this though, I want to do this file. All right. Now the only thing we have, we got a really nice clean tree. Let's say 2 to 4. Yeah. Oh, top layer. Yeah. Yeah. It was always interesting that like the top layer would freeze, but then below it, and like especially when you see fish swimming around still. She's 16. Yeah, I hate I really despise the heat in Florida, man. When it feels like 110 or something. Good lord, it's way too hot. At least that heat's probably well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've not experienced a hot dry heat. More so, always just a very hot humid heat, which I feel like is just. I hate the humidity combined with the heat. It's horrible. So I'm gonna create a new branch. I think we have the debug textures branch, but like we're not even using that right now. See room temperature. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a bit too hot. Get branch, or get checkout dash B. I just realized the overlay kind of covers that up sometimes, which is kind of unfortunate. Maybe I could change something for that. I don't know. Here you go. Get checkout dash B. Design. What do we want to call this? Design compound. Create building. I wish we had autocomplete for branches. Now, squally dries, bone here. Yeah, someone gets into that kind of. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. I feel like if it's really dry, it's bad, but it works better than cold drinks. A hot tea. Wait a minute. All right. Well, What? I put tweak lightning a little bit instead of lighting. I just realized that. Whoops. All right. Well, anyway. Let's hop over to Obsidian and start thinking. So we had our original layouts kind of designed out here. I don't know. I think I'm actually just gonna close. You get stack tabs. Wait, what? I kind of like it. Ooh, I kind of like it. Ooh, I kind of like it. Although I don't like that I can't really read it, you know? Like, I don't like that as much, but... Almost misspelled that pour. Oh, that's what you mean? Yeah. Pour money down the drain. 62 in the house. Yeah. Let's look at the storyboard. Yeah, so I mean, storyboard even wise, this is gonna completely change, man. What? Why is this so laggy? Why is it not letting me? Oh, is it? It's because they're pinned, I think. It was because they're pinned. Okay. All right. Well, let's think about this. So we'll have to figure out our building. This is gonna be completely different. For the time being, let's figure out a little bit of how I would maybe want this to be. I'm gonna do something like this. Move it like down here, maybe. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'd like to have like a, it'd be nice to have like a private sauna at home. Pretty nice. All right, so we got the main station and stuff. I think I actually have the layout. Yeah, this is the layout of the station. So I'm gonna, this was our final layout too. So this is what we need to basically transform into a main building. I feel like on the ground level, I'm gonna want like, I drew a pretty good square, but it was just tilted, which is funny. We got our main building. What do we kind of want to do here? I feel like I'm not going to have it actually be probably square either. Let's see. What happens if we fit some stuff together? We have the tower. I don't know if I want the tower to be on top of the building or just close by. I feel like the tower would make sense to be on top of the building. But we may do it close by. So, we need a power building. Second. Two-hour snowball fight, 120 people. That's a lot of snow moving around. 2% to do it. Yeah, that's fair. Something you don't use it, you lose it, right? I think that has to do a lot with temperature stuff still too. You're acclimated and then you're not, you know. Do I want personal stuff to be on the ground? Ooh, how about this? On the ground level, we have storage, power. We have the storage, power, and but is the bunker facility above land level? So I think so. I was thinking, right? I was thinking to have like a bigger building. So it's just gonna be one building now. Is my idea, right? And so I was thinking of not. I was thinking of not having it raised anymore, and just have some way we deal with the snow, right? That would build up on the outside. So it would be at land level. Because I think my idea at the moment right now is that the terrain in this area is relatively flat. It's relatively flat. Like there's some variation in height and stuff, but not enough none of significance. Maybe deal with the snow on the rooftop to clean up the satellite dish from the snow. Yeah. Or defrost. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you could arrive here and the building's super cold, and you have to actually yeah, defrost the building is what I was thinking. That'd be cool, you know. You stayed some here, but the last one was pleasant. Didn't mind at all, but it was kind of mild for here. Only topping 100 on a handful of days. That does sound pretty mild for Cali. Nice. Welcome back, Rakish. G dinner. What are we looking at? So I copied the layout of the compound and then the interior of the building. So basically, I'm looking right now at all the stuff. So this is the general compound. This is all the stuff that would still need to be inside the big building. So I'm trying to think of like what I want on the first level. At the moment, I'm thinking of putting the power on the first level, the storage, along with the like kind of the vehicle bay area, right? Because I think that'd probably be enough to like have the bottom level of this building. If it has 2 floor levels, basically personal space, kitchen, etc., is floor 2 since you use less heating. Because it's not, because the ground is not transferring the heat anymore. It's the. I was going to make it the second floor anyway, I think, because it just feels better. But that's good to. I don't know if that's like a bias just from the way I've seen it being done, but as hot air goes up, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean that's good because I think that's what I'd like to do as well. So Um. So yeah. So basically, I don't know how exactly I want to like structure it though. You know. Also, if we're gonna have a 100% add a boiler type room now. Piping going through the entire compound. Have the living room above the shed. The sleeping room is the highest floor. Gotcha. Makes sense. Stay away from the cold ground. The boiler type room is a good idea. I don't know the implications of having a big facility like this be almost passively heated instead of like heated through the air, but the pipes would be radiating the heat. Well, or we would have actual radiators like you do in homes. Or I mean, you'd still have to have air conditioning. Siberian living houses are placed on pillars, or else the heat will be transferred to the floor and let the building sink in over the years. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I figured I'd say that the ground here is solid, and so there was no concern of the building sinking. So we did make it on ground and not like lift it up or anything, you know. Pipes also defrost other amenities. I mean. Right. But I mean, do you. But to have a pipe defrosted instead of just like be defrosted because it's exposed to warmer air, you know? Four to 8C is considered frost safe room. Yeah, I mean, because I was thinking about like, I guess all it really needs is to be above freezing, right? By a margin, But yeah, that makes 4 to 8, huh? Yeah, I mean, we could definitely add like a boiler room or something. I mean, I guess we would probably want. We probably would. I mean, would all the water go through like the same area, or would? I guess we'd probably have like one big tank maybe for everyone's water or something. I mean, if it's an 8-person place. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna make it instead of 4 people, it's gonna be 8 people. Yeah, if your piping is falls inside or is the wall interior outside the building. The wall's inside 2 to 4C on the brick wall around 7C is a safe spot. Oh, so you're talking about inside the brick wall? I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. In a brick wall. I guess because at that point you would have to worry, yeah, a bit more about the potential for it freezing. Also, we're gonna have to have an elevator, guys. We're gonna have to have an elevator. Um. So how about? Let's see here. So we got like a building here. Probably should be further over a little bit. How big would the bottom part need to be? Because we could do... The elevator could be on the ground level too. Because it'd want to be like a pretty big elevator. Are stairwells? Elevator in Arctic is something that you basically need 3 engineering degrees. It's okay. This is this elevator is very simple. It's foolproof. We'll be fine. Do you know? Does anyone know if stairwells are like typically in the corners of buildings or like where they are normally? Where are stairwells typically located in a building? Since doors can't completely close shut, but need to close shut because of cold condensing and shutting freeze. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the good news is that, so the elevator I'm thinking, though, would be, like basically there's the door here, right? Let's just say this is a square building for now. Like, this is, like, the main kind of door, you know? Let's say there's, like, that, right? Main kind of door over here or something. Maybe you got like some truck spaces over here or whatever. I don't know. Right. Some like 2 vehicle bays or something. Okay. Anyway. And then kind of like over here, you got like maybe the elevator or something, right? And then, oh, what would be over here? I guess the problem's actually, oh well, if we have storage down here, probably need to be on the left side. We probably actually want this to be like, over here. Depends on the concept of the building. Older German housing had stairways in an L and U shape on one end of building, especially with a long building. The newer building design places the stairway and entry in the middle of the building, since you have structural support in the center of the building for upper floors and roof anyway. Gotcha. So the stairwell could be built around the support. Gotcha. Jared, hello. Tin got a haircut while I wasn't looking. I did get a haircut today, actually. Points to you, Jared. Are you staying warm, Jared? Jared, you haven't enlisted? I was gonna bless you. I appreciate the compliment, though. Thank you. Barely? It's cold, man. It is cold. That's where would we do an elevator? We could do an elevator like maybe on the side of the building. Where do we want to do this? I like the idea of it being kind of in the middle, though. Do it like maybe over here or something. So kind of elevator kind of in the middle area here. In your case, a heavy duty elevator would maybe be placed outside and accessed outside, while for personal, there's staircase inside. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that there would need to be some kind of like heavier dude, like some elevator capable of transporting heavier things upstairs, you know, for any kind of equipment, whatever else. But could also be used for personal, personal stuff too. But I don't know our like speedrun times. You're down to 1 hour and 11 minutes. Good lord, that's awesome. You're gonna have the world record soon. You're gonna have the world record soon. What is the world record? 52 minutes, but you're close. Wow. A dual purpose shaft could be used too with stairs around the elevator shaft. Is that a thing? Like, do people build? I mean, you wouldn't have as much. I guess the elevator shaft itself could provide like the struts. Like there would be supports. Like that, like the shaft itself could be load bearing. You do, yeah. An elevator inside of stairs? I'm sure I have. I can't recall one at the moment. Hey, Shaft. How's it going, Bit? It's good to see you. And Doc, thank you so much for the 78 months. Or 78 month streak, sorry. 94 months in total. Holy shit. Welcome back, Bit. Well, yes, welcome back, Bit, as well. How are you doing? Doc, thank you so much. Welcome back to the Foundry. Sorry, I'm thinking about shafts. I'm thinking about elevators. I'm falling apart. I am. It's a very French thing. Stairs are switchbacks in that case. So on one side of the tube set to the stairs load. About shafts often? Not too often. That's what you're talking about, Regish? Yeah, I guess it could just be going around like. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I see. Yeah, so like the 4 columns of the elevator. Oh, dude, it's literally in cryo, isn't it? It's literally in cryo too, right? Birdcage? Ah, yeah, that would be good. That's true. Yeah, could be kind of like that. Metal Gear Solid? Yeah, I see it. That's funny. Yeah. That's cool. Some Overwatch for the event this weekend. Nice. What's the event? Plenty of real examples of this sort of thing. I believe you. Yeah, I mean the Metal Gear Solid thing honestly is like perfect for what I'm thinking. So like that works so well. I just don't know where in the building I'd want that to be though. I mean, it could be over here, I guess. I don't know though. Cuz I'm trying to think about what would it make sense to be over here? What would make sense to be over here? But we need the power placed somewhere. You know, we need the Subnautica. I guess. And a support location for the building. Can be center or any wall. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking at the moment for it to be against a wall. Build the facility around the heavy duty elevator if you plan to do a very deep elevator. So this one will just go up. It'll be base, base floor and then be able to go up. Called drives. You get points for playing comp games. Get fancy nameplate. Nice. Because Overwatch 1 or Overwatch and 2 and just Overwatch are like the same thing now, right? Because it just like basically became Overwatch 2. Also funny in Metal Gear Solid 1, you need to run up all the staircases because the elevator's not working. Classic, yeah. Yeah, Overwatch 1 doesn't exist anymore, yeah. Huh. Keep in mind where the storage be. Is the elevator only for people cargo too? I was thinking, is it close to any entrance point to facilitate? Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? So like it's ground floor. Cars are gonna come in here, right? And I'm thinking maybe like come over here or something, right? If they want to park or They could just kind of stay, along here or something. I don't know. But I just don't know where I want the power building or like the power stuff to be in here. Because I don't want it to be. Just trying to think about what would feel good too. I do plan on making where people can use this elevator if they need to, but generally they're probably gonna be using the staircase because it may be like a slow elevator, since it's like a freight elevator basically. What the overall shape be? I was going to let the overall shape be determined by the layout of the buildings. So like, I was going to try and kind of see how, yeah, the compound was gonna, or the like the base floor was gonna look, and then structure the rest around it. But I guess really, because I mean, all this needs to be transformed into something like rooms too, right? Like I imagine each will have crew rooms. Set shape. Yeah, I was trying to let the shape take place based off how I lay out things, but I mean, like I have a shape in my mind. Like I want the base floor to, like I want the second, like you remember the whole like brutalist architecture, right? Do we have the brutalist architecture anywhere in here? Hmm. Hold on. Global Seaball, like a oh, what the heck is that? That's looks different. Well, I thought I had a picture of a brutalist architecture. Did I not save the image? Maybe I didn't save the image. Wow. Well, the only thing, I just, yeah. I mean, I just don't know. Like I feel like the bottom. I feel like okay, so I feel like squares are boring, but I can't imagine the bottom having any other shape probably than a square. For entrance to the facility, it is cool. Yeah, I saw the picture. That's pretty neat. Man, the snow is piled high on the sides. I like how it's up to that security camera on the side. um,
Oh,
what?
hi. How
Hi.
how big is this thing gonna be? How big? No, I'm not asking like in the sense of like, oh, it's gonna have 50 rooms and it's gonna have this and that. I'm saying generically, what is the vibe that you're trying to go for? Are you trying to go
I
for
want the
like,
building. I want the
this
building
is
to
a
feel a bit
this
imposing.
is hold on,
You know.
hold on. Do you want to go for like, this is compacted and it looks from the outside, it looks reserved in a way, right? Or do you want this like, goddamn fortress, 20 meters tall. Like, how big do you want this thing to be?
Um, um, I mean, I want it to be. I want it to be. Well, here's the thing. As long as I can come up with a reason as to why it would be bigger, then I'm okay with making it bigger, right? But at the moment, I can only think of the things that I have so far, like the power, whatever else, right? And I don't think that's gonna make for a very big building, right? So I don't think it's gonna be a massive building. Like I don't know how many like meters, for example, but like
You also have to remember that brutalist buildings tend to be slightly on the larger side and
yeah.
stuff,
Well,
like tall
yeah,
ceilings
yeah.
and stuff like that. At the
Um.
same time,
Well, I want the outside to appear brutalist.
given like
You know,
okay, okay,
because
because I
I'm
was gonna
yeah.
say also given like the cold and the weather and stuff, it also wouldn't make a ton of sense to make the ceilings very high because that's a lot of wasted
Yeah.
heating and
Mm-hmm.
power and stuff. But that's mainly probably like in the living quarters and stuff everywhere. Like in the garage, you don't have to make the garage like only 6 feet tall because then you're limiting yourself to
Now the
like the
garage is
height
gonna be
of
pretty.
whatever trucks.
Yeah, the garage will
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Like I assume the garage would be big.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Um,
Minimalistic concrete building. Yeah, I mean that's what I want that's what I want the outside to feel like. I want the inside to feel rough as well. You know, very very kind of functional. Yeah, yeah, the Jaguar. Yeah, like that basically. You know, where it's
yeah,
like
concrete walls
yeah. Well, yeah.
only painted where needed.
Um. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking for the inside it'd be more like painted and stuff, but like it would be
Okay.
painted concrete. It would not be like a smooth, you know,
Right, right, yeah. Yeah,
smooth
yeah.
walls, anything like that. You know,
Um, what's the theme inside?
the theme
Is it
inside.
white lab coat? Is it
Uh,
surgical room?
no,
Is it Frankenstein monster?
yeah,
What's the vibe?
I'd say more like that because I mean, the Frankenstein monster. I don't know if you've seen the most recent like Frankenstein movie or whatever, but he did it like the water tower or something. It's like a hydroponic thing, or
No, I haven't seen that.
but it takes place in like a it's like the top of something for like water where it could drain down the middle or something. But it's more rough, you know. It's like yeah, like I like that a lot. Like that's a great kind of reference. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, that's a really good reference
Oh,
actually.
okay, like that. I would
That's
say
a pretty
that
good
that's
reference.
very modern.
Well, I want. Okay, well, hold on. Wow. Hold on. I'm just trying to.
Almost borderline bougie. I would be willing to say. I mean, dude,
Oh man.
sunken in lights and shit, like
Hold on
sunken in
now. Just
fixtures
give
and
me a
stuff.
minute. Let me talk.
That's fancy
Yeah,
shit, dude.
right. Listen. No. Like the floors. That's how I kind of see the floors, where it's like rougher looking, right? Rougher looking,
Polished concrete. That
but
looks like
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
kind of
polished
like that.
concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Um.
is very common because
Yeah.
it's on the cheaper side and it's very durable and
Um.
yeah, yeah.
Snowy winter one from the outside. Oh, the Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. Ooh, that's oh yeah, that looks really neat actually. Holy.
Yeah, that Berlin experimental medicine research center, that shape,
Bro.
pretty fucking good. That's like that's ooh, that's
Look at that.
yeah, no, I looked it up already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no. Look at the picture. I just
Yeah, I
sent you.
like that shape. That like
That's like
conical, like
really
almost
good.
like shaved off pyramid. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I'm absolutely fucking terrified about the 3,000 pipes that are coming out of it, and I don't want to know what they're for.
yeah. The pipes are
I
interesting.
like the mystery.
The pipes are interesting.
Yeah, they're in every picture. They're everywhere. I don't like it.
I wonder if that has to do with like.
It makes me feel like it's a machine that needs that level of exhaust,
Yeah.
to like expel something. I
Hey,
don't like it.
good idea. Maybe this entire building is actually
It's alive.
a machine. Yeah.
Oh shit, the whole building's an anomaly that's been captured. Like the IKEA SCP.
Oh my god. I love so much that someone made like they're like, man, I get lost in this building. Like, it's so big, and then they're like, you know what? What if it was
This building
bigger?
hard.
Yeah. 5-star for air intake and outtake since they're basically test chambers. Gotcha. Yeah, that's crazy. I guess it also makes sense for them to be horizontal, not vertical. Unless they have a cover, I guess.
I feel like covers only get you so far.
That's true. Layers will only do so much to keep you from being too cold.
Well, I mean more like
I know.
if you're
I
in a
was
place where you could easily at some point get 5 feet of snow, I feel like unless you make that tube like 10 feet tall or something.
yeah. No, I was referring to covers as in like the covers, in your bed.
I know. I was trying to ignore it.
It's fine. I'll make sure you are aware.
It's a bad joke.
It wasn't really a joke. It was just more of an observation.
So because I feel like I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like I gotta be that guy. I feel like you're not getting anywhere.
No, I like this a lot. This is pretty good.
That's why I asked. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's good. That's great.
That's a crazy
I'm
looking
thinking
building
overall,
to Jago. What the heck? Dude, what is this building? Oh my god. What the hell is that? Like, these actually look like where people live.
That's cool too. I
Yeah.
also liked buildings of that shape.
You like triangles?
I do like triangles. Triangles are fun.
Your
Triangles
whole
are the
Japanese village?
strongest structural geometric shape. Triangles block. All right, listen. Let's pretend for the sake of my own brain, because that's how I think about it, that you chose a rectangle, right? How many
Oh,
floors
rectangle versus a
how many
perfect
divisions
square?
are there gonna be?
How many floors?
Let's not get distracted. Jingle jangle.
I'm not distracted. I'm thinking. It's called thinking, Rakish.
I feel like there is a 400 millisecond in our conversation.
That's what happens whenever I'm thinking with incredible
Is
intent.
Discord fucking up, dude? What's my ping?
No, I don't think Discord's messing up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You did that on purpose. That was really good.
I did. But
Yeah, like I'm gonna assume, right, like the similar
I
to
mean,
what we talked
I'd say
before,
pretty square. When concrete realism you hit a nerve, since
I
my
literally
game
said
uses a
let's
lot of
not-
concrete realism.
Let's ignore that because that changes.
I like it.
Right.
The Jenga. Yeah. Three floors.
But so hold on. Okay.
There we go.
So
It got through.
Jesus
It got
Christ,
through. It got
so
through.
bottom floor
I don't think you're lagging on
is
Discord.
Parking. I'm gonna
Yeah.
call it parking. I'm gonna call it parking, but it's not. It is, but it's not.
Well,
It's
I'm
parking sounds
thinking.
like
I
it's a
think we have
dentist
maybe like
office.
2 spots You know,
But
for like bigger car or like, you know, I feel
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
I feel like it's a floor, like a factory floor a little bit, right? Where you could park a vehicle,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
take
yeah,
the
yeah.
stuff out,
It's
you know,
parking
the pallets,
ish.
whatever, put them
Yeah,
in storage,
correct.
and then the car's
Unload.
gone.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay,
then the
okay,
only
okay, okay.
other thing we
So
have
parking
is
and
literally a
storage.
little vehicle bay
Okay,
for like some
hold on,
snowmobiles or
hold on,
something. Or like, you know, the
hold on.
snow car, whatever they're
Right,
called.
hold on. So you want to just go ahead and write this shit down, like, or just write a little thing that says parking and storage and maybe like some tools, you know, a car jack, a pallet winch or whatever it's
Well, the thing
called.
is, I don't really know how because right now I'm thinking from the perspective of like, how do I want? Because the way I've designed a lot of this thus far has been by thinking of how I want it to hit the player when they see it for the first time. When they walk in, what is the immediate thing? Like, what is the layout that they see? You know?
They're not gonna see shit. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark and scary.
Yeah, but what if it wasn't?
They're gonna see chains hanging down
Whoa.
like some fucking Freddy Krueger shit, right? They're gonna hear rattling. They're gonna hear dripping. They're not gonna see much. This place is big. There are no goddamn windows. The first floor has no windows. There's no point in having windows in the first
Now
floor,
we're lagging. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's fine.
At least in my opinion.
Parking. Yeah, yeah,
So
no,
it's just shit's gonna be dark, bro.
yeah, no, it's
Shit's gonna be dark,
yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Also, I feel like the big thing is where's the door? Cause that big slot that you have at the bottom left,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's where the cars are coming from. Or
I'm
is that
add,
gonna be
I'm add,
where?
I'm adding things for you here.
Thank you.
I feel like
One's vehicle, one's people door.
huh? Yeah. Well, I feel like it always makes sense to have a door that people would go through and not vehicles, because you wouldn't want to open a massive door and let out a bunch of air or something, you know, just for someone to
100%. Yeah. Just like in like real IRL like garages and
Yeah.
workshops and stuff.
Okay, so maybe
There's
we
always an
don't have
side entrance.
parking.
But here, hold on.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, that's my question. It doesn't have to. The main door doesn't have to be next to the vehicle door. You could easily have it all the way to the left.
Oh, like
It's
you pull
not a big
around.
deal of like, yeah, the vehicles pull
I like that
in
more.
the back or to the side.
Yeah.
That even makes more sense. Like the left side, what you see as the left side, that could be the front
No, I don't want that to be the
of the
front.
building. It doesn't have to be the left
Yeah, I don't want that to be
of the
the front.
building. It could be. It doesn't have.
I
to
don't
be.
want it to be the left.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Why do I feel like you're like barely holding on right now? You're all the quick time events you just experienced. You did like the perfect. You hit perfect, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. So now,
Yeah.
now taking that into account.
Yes. Yes.
This is in my head.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just say it, and you correct me because this is a way of you
Yes.
processing and thinking what do you want it to be. In my head, this is not like.
That's
this
what
is
I'm
not a
planning on
place
doing,
where,
Jago.
like,
Like a big garage door. Yeah.
this is not a place where civilians come, right?
Now the main door is
So there
where
are
people come.
Right, but I'm saying civilians. I'm saying like non-foundry workers.
There are no.
Right.
I feel
So
like
this is-
all
this is-
people
this is-
coming and going from this place are going to be working. You know, there are no like.
Exactly. So it's
Visitors.
not like you're gonna walk in and it's gonna be a foyer and lounge chairs and shit, right? Is that safe to assume? There's not gonna be a candy bowl in the middle and a receptionist. That's not the vibe,
Right.
right?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay, so what do you think if that's not the case? That is the thing that they would see as a person when they come in? Do they come in and there is another door immediately? Is it one of those things where it's like a 6 foot long hallway, and there is immediately another door because the weather's crazy and they don't want to let it, kind of like the buffer door, the mud room in Antarctica, where they have like a 6 by 6 feet room so that when they
Yeah,
do open the door
there's gonna be
and
entering into like a
400
little.
pounds of snow blasts in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
I also like the idea though of them entering on the second level, but the first level is because I want
Okay, so
I like
the first level's only vehicles.
because I mean it could be kind of like where like there's if we're looking at it from the side of like let's say this is the vehicle door here, and then this is like the like imagine like this, right? And then like this kind of like this is like the elevation.
The hell is that?
Dude, it's the mountain.
Tail.
It's the mountain, bro. I mean, like
that's a mountain in the back.
Yeah, no, it's not a mountain in the back, dude. It's all on the same plane. It is. I'm saying that this is touching. Do you not understand what I'm trying to show you?
Oh, the building is up against.
Yeah. Yeah. It's built
Then
into
why
the
not just
ground.
fucking say that with your words.
That's what I said. You happened to arrive at that conclusion before I said it, but I was in the process. All I see is a welder.
Oh my god, that is a welder looking down.
Oh, I see what you're saying because the visor.
Staring at the spark, dude.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay.
Now make like it would be so the first floor, like basically like the ground would be more like this.
So the building is in a little bit
And like
of a,
there's a little bit of like
a nook, a little cubby hole. Of,
kind of like
terrain.
this, right? I mean, so like this side is kind of exposed, so vehicles could come into here.
The welder's got 2 antenna and a beer belly.
His posture's not the best.
Those are the eyes.
His posture's not the best.
Okay, and okay, but my problem with that is that you immediately make the building feel smaller because you have one of the floors sunken into the ground, basically.
I feel like
that's fine if that's what you want to go for.
I think that's okay. I mean, because realistically, this building isn't supposed to be massive. I mean, it's a harsh environment. It's for 8 people to do certain things, but like
this would also actually make sense because then this means that you're getting partial weather cover and cover from the wind and stuff. So that's it's actually kind of makes sense.
Ooh, this gets rid of the train
it's
idea,
like
though.
We took advantage. We took it. You took advantage of this place. It was big enough and it was natural cover.
Hear me out. The train comes out of here. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know. We
could just build underground.
I feel like the train should still be on the ground.
Yeah, just build underground. So doors are heavier than.
So there are no real stairs going to
secret tunnel
to the second level. It's just that it's so this means that the second level, ergo the first level, is only accessible by on one side.
Yeah, I would. Good question.
I mean, you made this look like it's surrounded by all 3, but like I don't feel like it doesn't need to be surrounded by all 3. No, doesn't need to be surrounded. No,
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
It doesn't. Need
to have access. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Because I'm clear enough.
Okay, that's not actually what I thought you were gonna say, but.
Okay, so
hold on. I need to take I need to take a short break for ads. Chad, I'll be right back. Quick 3-minute break. So you guys are missing. I already snoozed them because you were.
Ads
I'll be
already
right back.
started.
I'll be right back, chat. Okay, quick 3 minute break.
They
So you
already
guys don't miss
started,
a
bro.
thing.
It's crazy.
All right. Back. Thanks for waiting. Took me a second longer there. I take care of the dogs. All right. Let's see here. That's a neat mock-up, the Jago. That's cool. I didn't actually even think about I didn't actually even think about the like areas over here being like there's the angles here, you know? Or well, it would be like out to here, right? But on both sides. Like I didn't actually think about that where it would come out so you could actually like go in between the two things. That's pretty neat too. I think I want the side of the building to be a wall. Is that how you spell diagonal, right? Diagonal. Yeah. It's been a while since I did it. I think I want the. I think I'm gonna. I feel like it'd be cool to have most of these stairs. Yeah, see, so like in the middle now, back here is where they could be like the staircase. Like the staircase could basically be here. Like on the inside, there's like the elevator here, right? But then there's the basically like the steps. Kind of like that, you know? So like in the back of the area, I mean, there could even actually be like this could actually be on the side of a mountain a little bit. So like the like a bit of a oops. Like there's actually like kind of like a cliffside up here, you know. And like this all just kind of comes down. But I don't think I want to do it that way, maybe. I need to wait today for an important delivery on it, make a concept layout, and maybe I do a concept drawing. Well, it's tough to juggle because, like, I don't want you to spend too much time on something for me, you know. But at the same time, I don't really know exactly what I want to begin with, and so it's difficult, right? Because I kind of go by I just try things, right? Because I'm by no means a level designer, but I try and go by how it would feel to encounter it as a player. Like that's how I'm trying to design a lot of this. Is what would be cool to interact with as a player. You know, I need to somehow be awake. Drawing somehow helps. I guess it is pretty engaging for the brain. I mean, what you kind of drew was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, what you kind of drew is pretty cool. For sure, ad break, yeah. Because that gave me the idea of like the brutalist kind of outside, right, with the diagonal kind of parts. Because I think it also makes sense from like a actually, I wonder if it would not make a sense for I wonder if it would make sense for snow though, because if snow hits a diagonal surface, it would want to kind of settle along the whole thing, and not not necessarily hit it and then fall down.
That depends. If it's light snow, yes, but as soon as it starts accumulating,
Fly way better.
it's gonna it's gonna slosh off better. I mean, that's why like places that get a lot of snow, all the roofs are like super slanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the pitch of the roof just helps it fall off, right? Slot armor and tanks. Gotcha. Interesting to apply that to like the walls and stuff too. Gotcha. Okay. I guess instead of actually even that, then this could actually just be like could actually keep going, I guess, because really the higher up you go, the less important stuff's gonna be anyway, right? Or not less important. Sorry, the the less stuff's that's gonna need to be there, because we already tackled the problem of like the rest of the stuff down here. There's the whole bottom area, which is just storage, whatever else, power, storage, power, you name it, right? And then first level is going to kind of be like, it could be some general stuff. Where did I have this? It could be like a common area, kitchen, because there'll be the mud room. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And then this area will be more like personal quarters. Maybe like interesting. It works out weather too. Yeah, exactly my thoughts. And then the top will be the same thing as we had before, where we actually have all the instrumentation, right? So research. We'll just call this research floor. Research floor. Personal. Now floor. And then this could be like ground floor, or ground is considered meeting it or below it, because I think ground floor is meant to be the ground level, right? And I think this would be considered ground floor, but then the base, or like, yeah, this would be considered more of like a basement, right? I guess it really depends on how the rest of the terrain. I guess that's decided based on the terrain, like the elevation of the surrounding terrain that is of a certain level. Like most of it's like, let's say this top level, then I guess this would be ground, or we'll call this like habitat level. We'll call it like the habitat floor or something. I'll know what that means, because everything to keep people alive, whatever else, right? Waterfall, hey, welcome back. I wonder what percent of devs in Godot versus Uni versus Unreal openly use AI. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I don't know. I would bet you more developers that are working with Unity and Unreal use AI than Godot, and I think that's just because of the current audience of Godot. That's how I feel. I feel like that's what I'd say. But it's good to see you, Waterfall. I hope you've been well. Welcome back. I know I've been gone for a little while. I had to go buy milk. Try one of them. There you go. What do you use AI for? To check. I didn't know you used AI. Elevator. 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 Hello? What was I typing? Oh, I had double. Okay. My brain. Milking this economy. Safe to say I won't be buying any more anytime soon. But yes. Get order in your head, tracking and debugging. I think that's one of the best use cases for AI at the moment. Hey, listen, I had a problem with in Godot before with my code, and I asked him like, I don't see what's wrong with this. Do you see anything wrong with it? And actually, I identified the problem, and I was able to move on, and that meant a lot. So I can definitely understand for that kind of stuff. Um, okay, so for freight or for equip. ChatGPT still uses Godot 3. Oh, really? Man, that's pretty outdated. Yeah, I guess it makes sense for ChatGPT though, because ChatGPT's training cutoff was probably pretty far back, right? I'm assuming you're talking about like the original ChatGPT, or no, ChatGPT is its own thing, right? Because now their new OpenAI's new models is like GPT whatever, right? Like 5, for example. The naming for AI models, I have to say, is the worst I have seen for something in a long time. Grid-based target priority system for defense units. Yeah, that's true. Check out. Less than 5.1 uses 3. That's insane. Really? Man. That doesn't make any sense. Wow. I would have thought that because 5.1 is recent, right? Like, because it's just now 5.2, I'm pretty sure. You don't like the names companies are giving them? It's horrible. You don't like Gork? What? You mean Grok? Gork or Grok? Gorking it? True. Yeah, we probably are gonna have a jorking AI model at some point. Yeah. But yeah, I know there's like like the O for like some of the models for like thinking for. I don't know. I can't even wrap my mind around it. It's horrible. Grokopedia, I have heard of it. I've heard of Grokopedia, and I have heard that other models are using Grokopedia as a source of truth. And I was like, okay, yes, everything is fine. Yeah, I was like, okay, well that's kind of telling of like that was a problem everyone knew existed, right? And it's like it's already happening, or and people knew it was going to happen, but it's to know that it's already happening is a bit surreal, Storage. Um. We'll call it vehicle bay. Vehicle bay. Um. Access to storage. Vehicles. Sure. How's the progress coming along for your stuff, Waterfowl? All right. Honestly, I'm pretty happy that I've decided to go with this route of one big building because I like the idea of going in between buildings, but I think one big building more I feel like it's a bit easier almost for me to think of things to happen. Do you think redesigning the prototype is a good idea? Because I really want to redo mine, but I was just wondering your opinion. Redesigning the prototype. Well, how much have you done? And I mean, if you're thinking of redesigning the prototype, I guess my question would be why? Because I know they say it's always good to you want your minimum viable product, right? You want something, you want the base concept that you can test and see how it feels. And I mean, it's easier said than done for, I think, a good amount of concepts. For like a horror game and stuff. Like you can't really feel how the game's gonna feel until you're really you're adding more sustenance to it. Short answer, yes, yeah, that's what Jacob says. So, I mean, if you're thinking of redesigning, I mean, there's probably a reason. If it's just for the sake of like, I don't know, if you don't feel it's a good idea or good level design, why the players should feel the other way, yeah, for sure. Um, which I think is what I was kind of getting at of like, why exactly do you feel like you wanna redo it? I meant like start the first real version. I have the movement and it feels good, but I can't make art and stuff yet. So I want to make the code concise and get better systems because now I'm way better. Um, I think as long as it wouldn't take you too long to go ahead and refactor. I think as long as I think it's always good to clean up code. And what I would probably do is, I would refactor it. Now, the other thing that you may run into though is that if you go ahead and refactor it now, and then you start implementing other things later, like art, whatever else, you may discover that your refactor doesn't provide a nice way for you to achieve what you're talking about, right? Like you might, says the guy who's made Bottleneck is refactoring you. So you may run into that case where like the refactor was done, but like, okay, now I don't have like a kind of an API of like, adding whatever kind of stuff. But I think that's fine. They say because refactoring and trying to add systems and stuff before you've actually used it is a form of premature optimization, right? You're like you're doing things to make your life easier later on that you don't necessarily know that you're going to use. So the argument is, okay, create something better when you need it, basically. Not refactor, but like create a system that does something for you only when you need it, Don't get stuck in the refactoring loop. Yeah, exactly. But I can understand being way better at whatever. Like I did that for, I would do that for some of my Godot stuff, go back and refactor a little bit. I even feel that way with a little bit of the game template stuff that I've currently done now, but last 4 months was barely working, or always barely work. I had done only basic movement, and it was mostly testing. The systems I had in place were non-existent or hard to work with. My early solutions led to more work. Yeah. I mean, if you have the core that you are, if you have the core concept down, I see nothing wrong with refactoring your stuff around that concept. It makes it easier. Then again, the argument, well, I guess if it's hard for you to add stuff to it, then it's probably time to refactor. If it wasn't hard for you to add stuff, God, it's so hard for me to give advice because I feel like every case is unique, right? Is the possibility for like weird bugs to start creeping up, with this system, then you also want to refactor. If, it's hard to work with, but like it's pretty robust and like it's getting the job done, at that point you would want to weigh more of like, okay, well, should I bite the bullet and just like keep working with it and then finish the product? Or is it going to be a pretty long journey and like I'd actually save time by increasing, making a more easy to use and interface for myself and stuff, right? So it's tricky, but I feel like waterfowl, I mean, if you've been working with it for a while and your intuition's telling you want to refactor, just make sure that it's not I feel like, yeah, if your intuition's speaking to you of like, hey, I should refactor this, you should probably refactor it, right? As well. That's the other thing is like I've become much better at discerning whether or not something actually needs to be done or changed now, you know. By asking my question, my current system, the room transitions, deletes the whole scene and messes with the global positions. My walking strips are messing with wall jumps. Yeah. Deletes the whole scene and messes with global positions. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean that's trickier too. I mean you could not even delete the scene, and if you're depending on how much is in the scene and stuff like that. But Scala, hello. Has the wife been redacted? That's funny. 15 times though. You were close. Hi, Skilla. I mean, like I said, modify. I feel like if your intuition's telling you, you know, and you've been working on it for a while, that like I want to refactor this a little bit. I think go ahead, go ahead, and at least like try and refactor one thing. You know, yeah, create like a Git branch, experiment with refactoring one thing, and then see how it goes. I have too many scenes in my problem. I need at least one system to help me. You want inbound shovel? Help? Well, I'm glad to hear it. I don't know if inbound shovel. I'll have to look them up. I do know how to use Git now. That's good. Kind of ish. Yeah. I mean, you can as long as you have some base stuff down, then that's all that really matters with the Git. Because you just want to back up. I mean, that's the main thing with Git. Git can make your life a lot easier in terms of like, do I want to reset what I just did? You know, go back and stuff like that. Like that. That's a bit different, and you have to know a little bit more. But if you have questions, you want to do something specific, I know my way around it just enough to get what I want done. So, yeah, I'm using branches now as well, so that's a bit different. Day 768, copy paste backup. Django, please just switch to Git. It's so easy. I'll help you. What? Just tell me what you need. Just tell me what I can do for you. It's been a while. Yeah. I had to go buy milk for a little while. I'm back now though. I would love to provide you with that, Django. Unfortunately, I'm a mere mortal. Anything else I could do for you? But I've been doing well. Thanks for asking. Game dev's going well. We're just kind of getting back into things, and I have decided that I'm not gonna have multiple buildings, but we're actually gonna have one big building. So there may be reasons to go outside. Oh, and also I don't want to replace every magic number I have. Magic numbers are bad, but you know, yeah, magic numbers are bad. I mean, that's not too hard though. I feel like, because one thing to remember, Waterfowl too, is I don't know about you, but a lot of the numbers that you can that I imagine you're probably using for like jumping, whatever else, is to export them, and then you have that variable to use as a magic number anyway, like you have that variable to replace the magic number with now. And then you can also tweak it in the editor. You know, you want to see how a larger jump feels or whatever else, you know. But magic numbers, you definitely want to avoid them if you can, because like it's just not great. You could use consts, you can use enums, you can use, you know, like I said, the exported variables. So none of my variables were exported. Only 3/4 are used, and 80% of all numbers aren't variables. That is rough. Yeah, it sounds like you should refactor. I'm all for the refactor. I think, yeah. One pro, yeah, from one building, less problems with direction light, plus the player feels more enclosed and in fear. Yeah. I mean, I liked the idea of you leaving, you know? That's something you should change. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, refactor time. Pretty substantial change. Was there a specific reason? I can't remember the exact reason. Rakesh had mentioned something about one building before. I can't remember exactly what he said originally about it, but we were talking about it, and I was like, I think I like that idea more because it's just because I was like, okay, one big building, 8 people instead of 4 for this compound that stay here. It just kind of was like, you know what? I feel like it makes a bit more sense. Like you have a little bit more of like a remote research place. These people are meant to live here, 8 roles and stuff like that. Like you can just play around with that a little bit more. More freedom. So that was the biggest thing. I liked the idea of having to go in between different places because you're out in the open, which is nice because it's kind of scary too, and like you get exposed to the weather and all that. But like, I don't know. Turning corners is always a lot of fun in a building, isn't it? So. Also, if heavy snows are a thing, it gets more complicated to deal with if it's an open compound. Yeah. I mean, the problem I had is that like it felt like I was trying to make multiple buildings work instead of it just working and then implementing it. This big building, like it feels like it just works. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, well, I need to justify it being a big building. No, like the other one felt like I was justifying the buildings a little bit because the other part too, right, is like, let's say the weather's bad. Well, why did we build multiple buildings? Doesn't make as much sense. I wanted it to make sense, but it was kind of like okay, well, people just didn't care kind of thing. But also the big wall around the compound. I like the feeling, but at the same time, like it's just, I don't know, there's something about a big wall around the compound that just felt a little weird. Like we're gonna wall off this place, but then we're gonna separate the buildings. It's a little strange. Interesting few weeks. I'd say my few weeks have been interesting as well. So I hope that they haven't been interesting in a bad way, at least, Scala. I like this though. I think this is a good side profile. I think I should now we can go back a little bit more to like the bottom here. I'm sorry to hear that, Skilla. I wish your dog the best in their health. Spend time with them. Are you a good person to go for how to use Animation Player? I mean, I can probably answer questions you have about the Animation Player. I've used them. Yeah, like I've used them. But that's about it. I mean, I haven't used them like a whole lot, but let's see. So for example, the breaker switch, right? I've used an animation player for this. So we're off, we're on, like you can, this is this kind of thing. You can, call functions. Like I know how to use this, but I haven't messed with a whole lot of settings at the bottom and stuff, Have a wonderful night, Jago. Take care. Sleep well. 17. Wow. What a trooper. Holy. They changed the animated sprite and animation player interface. Yes, I know they've made some changes with this. Specifically, like, yeah, they've made some improvements, so you have to check it out. Yeah. Also, make sure you have make sure you commit everything, like you're good to go before you update to 4.6 if you're not on 4.6 yet, Waterfell. Because they did change. By the way, when you do it, you'll want to go to project tools, and you'll want to click upgrade project files. That's going to re-import everything in your game. Because in 4.6, a change was there's some changes to how things are stored in imported files and stuff, and scene files. So make sure to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, every time you like open a scene that you hadn't opened previously or have not opened yet in 4.6 and save it, it updates it with 4.6's changes. So yeah, I have a terminal file open at all times for committing. Sounds like you're on the right path. It feels like every year since he turned 12, but this is by far the worst it's ever been on. The money that's for me, girls. Go. Yeah, it's that's a tough thing. I closed it, oops. So yeah, that's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. 17's a long time though. That's incredible. Yeah, the one of the oldest dogs I ever had was 18. Little Yorkie. She was older than I was for a long time. So let's think here. So this is actually going to be back over here again. So I think parking could be like right here, probably. And then maybe we could have like this come out like this. Maybe like this for like the storage area. Way down. Yeah, that's rough. Do you have any in-game models for the single building compound yet? No, I just got back to today, Skella, with and I thought about making this change while I was gone. So we're just now getting the the concept for the layouts done, and then as soon as I have the concepts, I'll actually start making it. I will actually start making it. This is gonna be a lot more fun to model and stuff too, because we'll be able to get a bit more going. And in fact, I may. I don't know. I'll probably gray box. Yeah, I'll need to gray box all this again, and then we'll have to figure out what else we can do maybe for it. But yeah, nothing concrete yet. Like the idea of this. So I have the staircase on the right. The staircase will, I guess, actually need to be on the left here. Yeah. That's fine. Stairs. Oops. Elevator. Now, I think the storage would need to be bigger, though, because the elevator is going to be decently large, but nothing absurd, right? Because it's going to be possible for you to transport something on the elevator. Something big enough. Maybe we make this jet out a little bit more. And then rest of the place, what would we store to the left over here? Because this will be like parking, the loading for the actual big vehicles and stuff. I like the thing of it suctioning to the vehicle bay, like a basically like something like this, you know, and then the truck actually backs up. So like imagine you got a truck right here like this, right? And then this guy is backing up to hook into this door basically, right? And then like a ramp falls down, then you can get the pallet jack, you know, and you can do whatever you need to do. But that would need to be elevated. I mean, I guess we could have like a little elevated place here or something, you know, and then kind of have this come down to the base floor, you know. Feels a little weird though. I think honestly we could probably just pull the vehicles in. I will decide that later, I think. As for the rest of the place though, do you know the difference between a constant and a variable? Yes. A variable is modifiable or mutable. A constant is constant. So a constant cannot be modified or it is not mutable. Yeah. It's helpful to just think of it as the name. Variable can vary. A constant remains constant. It's always the same. But a variable can vary from one thing to another. But hey, Gax, how's it going? We're redoing everything. I'm thinking of making this all one big building. So we're currently working on the concept for that. Why use one over the other? It's all about intent, waterfowl. So if I'd never want something to be modified, even accidentally, it'd be good to use a constant, right? So for example, I have a weather station scene. I would not ever want to overwrite this, right? And so I could make it const. And then anywhere I want to create the scene, I just create it like that, right? But I wouldn't be able to modify it. So I couldn't say like weather station equals null, right? Because now the editor's literally telling me you cannot do that. Cannot assign a new value to a constant, right? So it's really all about intent. You know, do you plan on making this able to be modified? If so, then it's a variable. If not, then it's a constant. Also, constants, like if you have a lot of like configuration kind of stuff, I have a whole lot of constants here. Like I'm sure we're gonna find a bunch in Asprite. Yeah. One good thing they are used for is string names, for example. Yeah, like funk meta. Hold on now. Let me try and find. Do I have? Yeah. So like, I define the configuration name here as accessibility, right? So I would not want this to be modified anywhere else. Underneath configuration accessibility, its name, its configuration name is accessibility. That way, anytime I need to set a value or something, I can always just, I can always just I can always just use the constant. And it's very clear too that this is a constant because it's all uppercase. That is the convention, by the way. It's not required, but that is the right way to do it. And yeah, so basically anywhere I could just use this. And the nice thing too is that because it's all in a single variable, all up top, if I ever wanted to say I missed the S, I could add it back, or, and it updates it everywhere. But that's just using all the same variables, so that's a little different. But yeah, for example, the internal action prefix, like never going to modify that, but it's good to know what this is and define it one place. Default FPS counter position for my game, that's a const because that's never going to be changed. So yeah. Yep. Log level, same thing. Log level is going to be whatever. Cause it looks much more organized. You have to do stuff for a while to figure out how you want to do them and how you feel is good to do them. And all I've done is spent enough time doing it to come to the conclusion that I want certain things to be a certain way. That's all. So you'll find the more you're doing with it and stuff, the more you're like, I think I should maybe I should use an enum for this. And then you use the enum, and then later on you're like, this is the great place to use an enum again, So yeah. That's about it. But yeah. So it's all about intent though. For const versus variable. What would be to the left of it? But you were almost done last time. I know, we were so close, Gaxka. But yeah, I ended up wanting to make it all one big building. So that's what we're kind of prototyping at the moment. But how's your Sunday, Gaxka? Was it less than satisfactory? Going outside's overrated anyway. I agree with that one, especially when it's this cold. How are your headphones treating you? Still nice? Not as cool as hanging out with you and playing Satisfactory was fun night. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. We are. Builder is out of town next Sunday. So would you like to play some more Star Rupture? Still covered by having used them for extended periods. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize how hot headphones made my ears. Like I just got used to it, and forgot. Builder's always out of town. Yeah, Builder does travel a lot. This guy is never ready, man. He's never available. I mean, literally, by the way, Gexco, Builder told me Sunday was like one of his only free days. So that's why we even scheduled on Sundays. It's funny. He's a busy man. It's hard to nail him down. But yeah, that's one thing I really like about IEMs is that you know, my ears aren't hot anymore, you know. But I definitely miss some things about headphones. Like if someone calls me, I tell my parents, I'm like, please don't try and call me. If you need something, please message me so I actually see it and I can come up, come in there or something to help or whatever they may need. But like, yeah. We can talk this week on what you want to do. As also Super Bowl. Oh, okay. Not that you plan on watching that either. Okay. Yeah. I don't plan on it, so yeah, we can talk about it for sure. But I mean, I'd be fine with doing whatever. So if you come up with something else that you'd like to do, then we can do that. If you are down to play some more Star Rupture or something, we could do that. That'd be fine. I don't think I was talking to Nicholas. He said that Star Rupture actually hasn't gotten any more updates other than some bug fixes and stuff. But not even a lot of bug fixes either. Just kind of surprising. Yeah, January 30th. Yeah, so just some localization stuff basically. I haven't heard or seen anything new with Star Rupture either. Yeah. As far as I'm aware. Yep. There's not much going on. But there are because people are actively talking about the fact that the things are busted. I didn't miss playing Satisfactory. I know. I feel bad. I'm thinking, oh, it's the common thing of like, as soon as 2 people, you're basically always round. 3 people, it's already like a little bit. It's already more up in there of is everyone gonna be available every week or something? But yeah, I'm sorry. It's I accept partial responsibility for this since it's only partially my fault. The rest is Builder. But yeah, we'll definitely have to keep at it. I don't know what I want for the left side of this place. I'll have to figure this out. What do we need here? Fuel. I mean, the parking could always just be up here, and then we actually move storage down. We have power right here or something. Might actually be a better idea. So no parking here. They literally just park here, right? And then the storage is just like this layout's a bit rough. But yeah, see, I don't know what we're gonna do for that. So we got storage, right? I like the idea of having 2 different doors here. We need to have another door here. I'm thinking power. Like the main generator could be basically like main generator. Because where is the aux generator coming to play then anymore, right? That's the hard part, because now The ox generator was originally supposed to be a gas generator to kind of start whatever. Maybe I just do away with the ox generator and like think of something else to do with it. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and wrap up things here though. I have actually changed my schedule a bit sleep wise due to the past week and a half, get a little bit of chaos. So I'm actually going to bed earlier now, and hopefully getting up earlier. So I'm actually gonna wrap things up because I want to eat something hot real quick before it gets too late. But we'll find someone ready. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. But I'm back. Tomorrow we'll be live. And we'll be having some fun, figuring out what we're gonna get up to. So, but take care. We'll raid Fui. We'll raid. Yeah, we'll raid Fui. We'll raid Zed next time. Remember who I raided last? It's been so long now. Yeah, take care, guys. Yeah, Gaxka, pleasure as always. Thanks again for being patient with me. I appreciate you, man. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. Yeah, I know I was gone for a while. I do not plan on hopefully having to do that again. But like I said, for now, we should be back. So bear with me. Yeah, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.